Hello everyone, this is Grade 3, Module 6, Lesson 1 homework. The directions state, the tally chart below shows a survey of students' favorite pets. Each tally mark represents one student. So I can see that I have all my pets labeled, and then right next to them I have the tally marks or the number of people who picked that as their favorite pet. So the first thing we have is the chart shows a total of how many students. So I'm going to count each of those tally marks. And actually, to help me out, right after each pet, I'm going to write the number of tally marks I see. So for cats, I see that there's 6. Turtles, I see 4. Fish, I see 2. Dogs, 8. And lizards, 2. So now I would add those up to get 22 students. And that can go right there. Now I'm going to look at number 2 here. And it says, use the tally chart in problem 1 to complete the picture graph below. The first one has been done for you. So I see that cats has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I see that each circle represents one student. So I'm going to put in circles, and I see for turtles, I'm going to do 4 of them. And there's my 4 circles for the turtles. Next, I'm going to do 2 for fish, 8 for dogs, and 2 for lizards. I'm going to try really hard to get these to line up best I can going across so I can see which one is higher. I don't want to just spread all my 4 out inside of the graph. I want to make them in a straight line like that so I can match up and kind of see which one has more and which one has less. So I'm going to fill those circles in right now. So I see that now I have my chart filled in with turtles with 4, fish with 2, dogs with 8, and lizards with 2. So I'm going to slide down and I'm going to take a look at the next question, and it says the same number of students picked blank and blank for their favorite pet. So I'm going to look at my circles and see which 2 animals have the same number. And I see that fish has 2 and lizards have 2. So it's going to be fish and lizards. B says, how many students pick dogs as their favorite pet? So now I can go up to dogs and I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I can take a look up at my chart here and count the tally marks. Or because I wrote in already the numbers, I have that answer right there. C says, how many more students chose cats than turtles? When it asks how many more, it means what's the difference. So I'm looking at cats, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and turtles, which has 4. So I want to find the difference, and difference means subtraction. So 2. Let's take a look at the next page. And on this page, it says, use the tally chart in problem 1 to complete the picture graph below. And you'll see that down below, I have my chart right here. So I can look at, you're going to have to flip over to the other side or look at the other page. But now I see a different key. And each box is going to represent 2 students. So what does each box represent? 2 students. And that's very important because on the last one, I counted each circle as 1. This time, each box represents 2. So when I do cats, I have 6 students. So now I have to figure out how many boxes make 6 students. And it's not going to be 6 because this time they're each worth 2. So I'm going to draw in some boxes here. And I know that for cats, I got to draw boxes that represent 6 students at 2 apiece, so I'm going to count as I go. So each box is worth 2, so that's 2, 4, 6. Now for turtles, I have 4 students represented. I know again I have 2 each, so there's 2, 4, and that's all I need. Fish is 2, so 1 box is 2. Dogs is 8, so I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, 8. And lizards is just 2, so that's going to be 1 box representing it. So let's take a look down at B and C real quick. B says, how many students does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes represent? I know that they're each worth 2. So if I count by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I'm going to get 10. But there's a second part to this one. And what it says is write a number sentence to show how you know. And there's 2 different number sentences I could write. The first one is the one that I did, which is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 10. Or I have 5 groups of 2, or 5 times 2, which is 10. Either one will work. And the last question says, how many more boxes did you draw for dogs than fish? Write a number sentence to show how many more students chose dogs than fish. So I'll put, I drew blank more boxes for dogs than fish. So now I got to go up and see dogs and fish. And for dogs, I drew 4 boxes. And fish, I drew 1. So how many more did I draw? Well, if these 2 match up, I have 1, 2, 3. Now write a number sentence to show how many more students chose dogs than fish. I know that 8 chose dogs and 2 students chose fish. So we're talking about the students, not the number of boxes this time. And in order to figure that out, I have to subtract to get 6. So I hope this helps, and thanks for watching.